So the 50's back inside. Warmed up a little bit today. We moved some equipment around. So yes, he's back inside. So this is gonna probably be the first part of short series on the rear end change on the 1950 Ford F1 rat rod. So I removed all the boards from the rear here. So, and I'm gonna change this around. I kind of left the boards loose, and I used this on the back and a lip on the front to slide the boards under, and it worked really well. But there's no access to the back of the truck when I need it. So I'm watching a few videos and watching what other people have done, and yeah, I'm gonna build a frame and then put the boards on top of it. Probably put a bolt through and weld it onto the flat bar or use a round piece of metal, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna make a frame that'll go on top of here, all the way around, and that'll house the wood. And then I can probably I'll put a couple brackets down inside and put a couple of the, like the lift arm shocks on the back of a SUV or something. So I still don't have the airlines hooked to the air compressor. Still filling them manually. That's something I get to. Originally I wanted to put the compressor up here, but it interferes with the box. Now maybe if I raise this just a little tiny bit, I won't have that problem. We'll see what happens. So this rear end right here is not leaking oil today because I don't think there's much left in it, but it is making an awful racket. Yeah, there's wheel bearings are bad. Actually, this rear end, when I finally got around to working on this truck, this is the original rear end that was in this pickup. It's a Dana 42, 41 or 42, I can't remember. So, it's got the pumpkin that comes off the backside. So I had it all apart, and it was full of rust. It was set up a little bit, and I worked on it, freed it up. The rust came off all the gears, but there is damage inside, and it kind of makes a metal on metal noise when you're going down the road. And so now it's a full posi because for some reason it's kind of locked up in there. Still spins easy, rolls easy, but it was a one wheel peel. Now it spins both wheels. So the rear end's coming out. I've got new brackets to go on the rear end. Now let's see where we are. Down here, here, and here for the bag to sit on. And I'm going to raise the brackets on the bags. I'm probably going to put a 2-inch spacer in here, under the frame. That'll give me 2 inches more height. I'm about maxed out on bags right now. Bags are pretty hard, about 60 pounds in them. So yeah, I'm about maxed out. I need to come up a little bit more. And we'll see what happens when I do that. The pinion angle's okay, but it's pinched a little bit, but I'm going to rectify that by changing the pitch on my rear end a little bit and reestablishing what the transmission is 4 degrees, and then I want my rear end to match, so I'm zeroed out. That makes sense. So I believe the rear end is zeroed right now, and the rear end is down about, the transmission zeroed out, and the rear end's down about 3 degrees or so. So I got to bring it up a little bit. Okay, so the rear end's coming out. Here's a 53 out of an F100, 1953 going in there. It's basically the same rear end. And yeah, they're a little bit lower gear in that one. Right now, 5th gear in this is about 1200 RPM. So I'd like to get a little more gear in the back of it. And that's one of the reasons I'm changing instead of going through and rebuilding this rear end. And I got a hell of a deal on that rear end. I think I paid, I'd like to say $200 for a rear end that was rebuilt for a truck that was being restored. And then they end up putting a 10-bolt Chevy in it and going a different way. So yeah, so I got that rear end. So this is the first video on that. Also, got the 66 inside. I got the heater hoses. I'm gonna put the heater hose on this. I need to service this truck, change oil, and adjust the brakes, and put my new sticker on there. I got the sticker, it's at the house. May, that was due in May. I'm not sure when this one's due. I think this one's due September for the inspections. 8 of 21, August. That's when she's due, August. So it was August 2 years ago. Yeah, August 2 years ago, I put this on the road. Yeah, that's the other thing I want to do is I want to just kick the bottom of that door. They're a little loose, the bottom of the doors, from being, rotten on the bottom. So I'm going to take the doors off and I'm going to box in the bottom of the doors. Also, I stuck the fenders back on because I want to take another look at it with the fenders on it. And not too sure. I think I'd like to put the fenders on it, at least for a while. I want to fix it so I can take them on or take them off, but what do you think? On or off? Fat fenders on the rear, no fenders on the front with the, it's got the 32 grill in it. 32 grill, no really room for fenders there. I guess I don't really want fenders on the front, but what do you think? I'm going with the fenders on for now, maybe this summer. The last couple summers I've had it without the fenders on it, so let's put the fenders on it and see what happens. All right, so stay tuned. I'm going to change the rear end on the other side up on the hoist. And so it's just in here, getting it warm and I want to do all my measurements on this side. So when I put it over there, I'm not tying my hoist up too much. So, okay, thanks for subscribing, liking, those comments. Hit that subscribe button. We'll have a series on this, short series on this and the doors, finishing up the insides, probably getting the compressors hooked up at some point. So yeah, probably a couple 3 weeks work on this, and then minor tune up on this. Got to finish the Mustang. What else? I'll shoot a video tomorrow on what's going on outside with another truck I bought. I bought 3 trucks here in the last couple weeks, so have some videos on some of the stuff I'm going to be doing with them. Okay. So, again, thanks. See you tomorrow.